Thank you so much for joining me here today, Sam. I wanted to ask you, who has had the most influence on you growing up as a chess player?
Growing up, probably it would be my friend David Bruce, who was sort of like a father figure to me in the chess world. When I was like 14, I would travel with him to tournaments and stuff, and he was always sort of looking after me. And so, yeah, now I'm trying to help him reach some of his goals. So the tables have turned, but he was always a really good friend to me growing up, and I think he helped me a lot in my early years.
And the mentor that has made you kind of want to stay into the game of chess?
Well, I don't think I ever needed any help wanting to stay in chess. I mean, I was always working way too hard. That's sort of been my reputation. But the one who's made the most impact on me as a professional is certainly Jakob Ogard. I mean, he's the one who I hired when I became a 2600 and won the Sanford Fellowship and finally had some money to work with. And he's taken me to places I never would have thought I could have reached. So he's definitely the one I would thank the most.
What would you tell your younger self how to deal with losses?
My older self doesn't deal with them very well either. I would guess I would tell my younger self that you have time and that what comes in the future is more important than the past, and that you need to have a healthy reaction to losing, because if it doesn't hurt at all and you're not motivated to not let it happen again, you're never going to be a top athlete. But if it crushes you so much that you can't come back the next day, you're not going to be a top athlete either. You have to have the healthy balance in the middle, and I would tell my younger self, try to keep that balance even when you lose a lot, because I think I was always good at recovering from one loss and maybe even two, but by the time I got to three, I would really collapse, and that's what I would tell my younger self, don't let that happen.
And you've had an amazing chess career, Sam, and I know sometimes you've had tough back-to-back tournaments that, weren't going very well for you. What are some particular things that you do or you could recommend people to do to try to get over that bad phase?
Try to be objective with yourself. So for example, most recently I had some fairly serious health issues towards the end of last year, and the objectively correct decision was absolutely withdraw from US Championship, withdraw from FIDE Grand Swiss, let the money be damned. You just have to do it. I wasn't ready to make that decision, and now we see what happened. So the first thing is know your limitations and don't play more than you're capable of. But ultimately what I would say is you have to get back up after you've been hit. That's what separates a good athlete from a great one. I mean, there's very, very few people out there who are just so brilliant that they never basically lose. I mean, even if you look at Kasparov, for example, I think he was not that great from bouncing back from losses. And in this last 960, for example, where he started with 2.5 for 3 and then lost 5 in a row. I mean, the guy basically never lost. He didn't have that much experience trying to come back. But for most of us who, lose our fair share of games, it's a very important skill to have. It helps to have some age, but at the same time, when you get older, it can be harder because, you have less time to make up for it. So, if someone has a brilliant way to tell you how to feel okay after losing, I'm all ears, but I got no answer for you.
I see. Last question for you, Sam, would be, what is a good working day in the life of Sam Shankland?
So probably I'll wake up in the morning fairly early, and then I'll teach a lesson from either 8 to 9 or 8 to 10. And then I always want to be done with any kind of instruction or work for other people by 10 a.m. I'll get some exercises done then, either make myself some lunch or walk into town for lunch, do some more exercises in the afternoon, hit the gym, maybe some opening work in the evening and training games at some point. That would be like your ideal working day for me.
Nice. Thank you so much for joining me, and good luck in this American Cup.
Thank you.